What's up, nail geeks? I am back with Cupcake Polish's chess collection. This is a 6-piece set in varying finishes, so let's dive right into the swatches. First up is Checkmate. This is described as a rich black nail polish filled with small metallic silver and silver holographic flakes. So this has a very creamy application on it. It builds up very easily to opacity. Of course, it's got one of my favorite nail polish components of those reflective sort of flakes. They give this really nice sparkle. Now for opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it as it builds up very quickly. And for the most part on that second coat, I think most are going to be just fine with it. Unless of course you're rocking those really long, beautiful stilettos. And it does dry down semi-gloss, so I think any top coat will be perfectly fine with it. It self-levels really nice and just builds up fantastic. So the base is interesting to me because it is a more creamy sort of black, and a lot of times when you see these flakes come so dominant against their base colors, typically the formula has to be a little more on the light side, but that's not the case with this one, as you can see on my full hand shot. Now again, on all of my full hand shots, you are seeing a glossy top coat applied. And next is King's Gambit. This is a ivory cream base filled with red to orange to green to gold Aurora shimmer and red to orange to green to gold flakies. So this is a really interesting color. I do agree with the official description. It is what I would consider a true ivory base color. It is very much off-white, so not super stark, not very bright. It almost has this pastel-y sort of white appearance in that it's got this somewhat very, very light undertone of a yellowy sort of gold. Now the shimmer in this is very strong and the formula is quite squishy, especially you can get a good idea of that on the second coat here. For the most part, I think 2 coats is going to be perfect with this, especially if you polish normally. If you do apply very thin, you might need a 3rd coat with it. I love how the flakes come off strongly iridescent, and it has this very squishy sort of look in the overall finish. So I'm going to suggest a good glossy top coat with this one, and again, depending on your preference, 2 to 3 coats. And next is Queening. This is a rusty red shimmer that shifts from blue to purple to pink and orange in different lighting. So this is what I would consider more of a foil type finish. The shimmer is very strong in it, and the base color is absolutely this rusty sort of brick type of red. There is a touch of an orange undertone to it. It's very subtle, but I think it's definitely there for this Crayola sort of brick red. Now the shimmer, again, very strong. It is of the larger particle size, and in indoor lighting, it's going to take on more of this bluish sort of effect. At angles, it easily shifts over to this nice purple. I'm seeing some golds at more extreme angles, and there is a touch of this kind of luminescent sort of magenta-like glow with it too. Now this also dries down quite flat, so again, a good glossy top coat to finish it off. And for full opacity, I think 2 to 3 coats is perfect. And next is Sicilian Defense. This is a pink cream filled with blue to green to orange shifting Aurora shimmer. This one is my favorite in the set. It's really pretty, and it's what I would consider more of this true Barbie sort of pink, really flattering type color. I think this is one of those pinks that will pop on just about any skin tone. Now it does have a very crelly formula to it with a touch of a squish factor. So this one's also going to depend on your preference and how you apply. I personally found that at 2 coats, it popped really well and it plumped out very nice, especially in terms of opacity. But I wanted to see how a 3rd coat would look with it and if I could really get that pink base to pop very well. So I took it to the 3rd and I thought it was lovely. So again, your preference, but I would suggest 3 coats on this one just to really get that Barbie pink to pop. Now the shimmer is what I would consider kind of medium strength. It's not, as strong as say a foil, but it's not subtle either. And in indoor lighting, it has this golden sort of glow with it. Really lovely. It flatters that base color very well. This is the color of pink that I think of when I think of Cupcake Polish in general. She does pinks so well. Now this dries down semi-flat, so again, a good glossy top coat. And next is Stalemate. This is a teal cream filled with pink to red to orange shifting iridescent flakies. So this has very curly formula. Once again, it applies quite dense on the nail, and it's got this really strong squishy factor to it. It builds up very quickly. So if you polish really thin, maybe you might need a third coat, but if you go in normal to somewhat lighter than what I'm doing on the video, I think 2 coats is perfect. It evens out very well, and on my monitors, this is coming off to what I'm seeing in person. Just in case it's not, I do agree. It's a really true sort of teal, kind of medium-esque in there, and the flakes pop very well against that base color. So quite a bit of an iridescent effect with that. As you can see on the second coat here, it self-levels very well. So despite having a very squishy type of feel during application, it does self-level strongly. So again, good glossy top coat as this one dries down quite flat. And last but not least, we have Zugs Wang. I think I said that incorrectly. This is a periwinkle blue packed with red aurora shimmer and red iridescent flakes. So this one would have to be my second pick in the set. It's got more of a jelly squishy feel to it, and it dries down quite flat. So one of those sort of what I would consider more of a crelly. The base, I do agree, it's this periwinkle color, but the shimmer and the flakes are so strong in it that I think it kind of gives it a bit of a blurple lean depending on your lighting, and it's just really intense in person. So it does take on this strong hot pink, almost flirting with being a bit of a fuchsia sort of cast to it when you are in especially bright lighting. Really lovely. Now for this one, I'm going to suggest 3 coats on it. I think that third coat helped to just intensify the overall finish and just kind of even it out in terms of opacity and really nice plump sort of appearance. So again, good glossy top coat to finish this one off, and you'll be good to go and just really, really shimmery. Now, the chess collection will release February 12th at 7 p.m. Central Time. They will be available to purchase individually for $13 each. I will link you guys below to Cupcake Polish if you want to check out the site and other goodies that she's got in there, as well as a Facebook fan group for additional swatches and information and all that good stuff. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.